today?
Just a little sprained knee. It's nothing serious, and he probably was due a day to rest anyway. I mean, he'd been playing, it felt like every snap in there for the defense. So it was probably good for him to get a rest, and it's probably good for our other Mikes to get in there and have to play.
And you say a day of rest. I mean, is that what it's going to be, or could you keep him on a couple more? Or?
Realistically, he probably could have went today. I mean, if he had to, but we could hold him out. We'll assess it in the morning, see what it looks like.
Does the to-do list sort of switch a little bit this week, this time of camp?
Yeah, for me, I'm still stressing pad level. I think we need to get lower. We need to play lower. We need to be more violent with our hands at line of scrimmage. It's been something that we assessed with the team, and we'll work towards here early this week. We're really trying to just hammer home all of the special situations in the kicking game, just all of the different scenarios that can come up, and so that we're comfortable when those things come about. And then the third part of it is starting to peak at BYU to make sure the things that are already in that game plan that were, if they're not installed yet, are installed for our guys, so it's not new to them when we get that game plan in.
Did the scrimmage look any different after you watched some films? I was really, I think, maybe a little too hard on the offense after the scrimmage. I thought the defense played well. The offense did some good things, but you can't shoot yourselves in the foot, and that's something that we've had to address, and we'll continue to address. You can't line up illegally or illegal procedures and hands to the face and holdings and expect to be an effective offensive football team. When you put yourself in first and longs and second longs, it's hard to execute for an extended period of time. So, but I thought there was some good things there. I was really impressed with our running game. We ran the football extremely well.
How far has Eric Folk come in his development?
Oh my gosh, unbelievably. From the very first spring when we took over, he was coming off the injury. Mentally, I don't know how much he believed that he could really, really do it, and we were wondering into fall camp, and then what he did last year, 18 for 21 with some really clutch kicks. Continued on into spring, and he's having just a tremendous camp for us. So I think his physical body is feeling a lot better, which is helping his mental aspect kind of feel better about what he's doing, and he's got a load of confidence, and we have a load of confidence in him.
Does that BYU game, is it kind of more on the horizon now this week when you come in?
Yeah, when we met last night, I had to remind the guys and show the guys in the calendar, man, 2 weeks from tonight, we're going to be back home. We'll be in the office working. You guys will be back in your apartments, and we're either going to be 1-0 or 0-1. And that sucker's coming quick in 2 weeks. And so we just wanted to make sure that it is on the horizon, but that we still have some things we need to get done before we can start focusing on that game.
How much do you tell your guys just about, do you remind them, do you challenge them about the struggles on the road?
I don't know if I do either of those, to be honest with you, Elise. I think it's more of the mindset that we have going on the road, and the way we do it, and the style in which we do it, and how we approach it. I'm not as concerned about what happened before we got here on the road. I do know what happened last year with us on the road in some varying and different situations and what occurred in those games, and they were all different. So we've addressed that in a sense of how we're going to handle it when we get faced with it again this fall. But all in all, to me, I feel like we should be confident. We've got a veteran football team that has been on the road in hostile environments and played really well, but now we got to finish. And I think that's the real rallying cry for us, is about finishing.
Is it just experience? You mentioned finishing. How do you teach a team to finish?
Well, I think one is you got to continue to do your job and continue to do things right. I think one of the natural things that happens in a fourth quarter is you try too hard. I got to make a play, or I got to make the call, or things of that nature, and that's when you make mistakes, and that's how you get beat. You blow a coverage, you make a bad call, a poor judgment, a poor decision, you force a football from the quarterback, and that's how you can get beat. So the challenge is to stick to the plan, execute really, really well, and play with great effort. And if we can do that in the fourth quarter, we'll have much better success.
Did you do anything drill-wise, fourth quarter-wise here to remind them about fourth quarter? I know you do 2-minute drills, but
we did 2-minute. We've done 4-minute drills as if we had the lead in the same situation from an offensive and defensive perspective. But part of it is just the rallying cry of finish everything we do in every play in every way. And I think all in all that has paid dividends for us because we're seeing it in practice. We're finishing like crazy. We have more energy at the end of practice than we do at the beginning.
Coach, you've seen a lot of guys like Jermaine Curtis who had all the talent in the world and